In this video I'm going to show you how to select by color in Photoshop. On your toolbar on the left here, we want to go down to the fourth item, and if we click and hold, we'll see that here's the magic wand tool, and we'll select that. Okay, which gives you that little magic wand icon. Alright, so at the default on this particular image we have this green hat that we want to select. At the top here is the options bar that shows the various options that we can apply to the magic wand tool. Now by default the tolerance is 32, which means if that was at 0, if I clicked on a particular color, it would only select items of that color that were also contiguous, which meaning that they're side by side. But if say if I put that to 100 and I click on the same area, you see I get a much wider selection because it's more forgiving in the way that it interprets, is this the same color as the one that you clicked on? Alright, and also, well, I'll show you the contiguous bit here. If we uncheck that and we select, we can get selections that are you see the little triangle here got selected outside of the hat area. If I had contiguous on and I did the same click, that won't be selected because it's broken away from the main area. It's not side by side with it. Okay, so as you can see, just the simple single click, even at 100, doesn't do the trick with this hat because there's so many shades throughout it, right? So what you can do is you can hold down the Shift key and then click on one of the areas that is unselected, right? You see that now I have a more cohesive selection, right? I can do this once again, right? And we can continue doing that. Now it will get to a point often, as we can see here, that it's a good idea to zoom in and see where all the little holes are, right? So the zoom tool is down here in the lower left. We'll click on that and let's draw a box around the area that we're interested in, right? And now we can get in much closer. We have to go back to the magic wand tool, hold down Shift again, right? And we can click to close up some of these areas. Now you'll see that this area here went out of bounds of where I actually need it to be. I don't want that bit there selected, but we'll correct that later. So still holding down the Shift key. Now some of them are very tiny. It's getting hard to see, so to control the clicking. So let's go once again to zoom in. Shift key again. Don't forget that part. We'll click on that. Now we can go, view fit on screen. We can see here's an area in question that we need. Back to the magic wand tool. Shift click. Right. Fit on screen once more, and oh, there's an area right here behind the lace, so we're going to want to zoom in over here. Magic wand again, Shift click to get this additional area. I'll close up these spaces there. Now see here how a part of this eyelet is within the selection and we don't want it to be. Okay, we can go up to the tool above the magic wand and click and hold there and get your polygonal lasso tool. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to cut out this little area from the selection that's been made. So we're going to hold down the Alt key and we're going to make a single click outside here, and you see how that starts off my selection, right? So now I can, each time I click, I commit that line. So I can come around. And since this is outside of this, it doesn't matter, because everything in this area is going to be removed. These parts here aren't part of it anyway. They'll be virtually removed, as it were. To close off the selection, you click on where you started. You'll see that the icon turns into a circle. There's a little circle at the bottom right hand corner as you approach and hover over that first point. When you click on that, because we clicked Alt to start it off, you don't have to hold down Alt the whole time, but you start it off with the Alt and you get that trim. Okay, so now view view fit on screen, and let's zoom in. This is the last trouble area that we're looking at. Okay, so we're going to go back to our magic wand tool and shift click to clean up these spaces. Oh, and you see when I clicked on that one, we got a big mess right outside this area here. Okay, so once again, the tool above, you click and hold, select your polygonal lasso tool. Okay, and then I'll start down here in the lower left hand corner, keeping in mind that you don't have to follow this exactly. As long as you're outlining it or enclosing the area that you want to remove, it's going to work out fine. So I'm going to Alt click right around here. Okay, that starts off my polygonal lasso tool here. Now I can come in, and it gives me a bit better control and visuals on sneaking in here. So I click there to make my second line. Now my eye can follow this edge better than the color selection the magic wand could. Right? It can't see the hat, it can just see the tones and such. So we're going to follow along this edge. Now we're at the end of the problem area here, so I can just go out, and all I have to do is enclose it. I don't have to follow it too tightly. Right? So I just have to make sure that it's going to be fully enclosed. And as we saw before, if we hover over the first point, you get that little circle. Click, and there we go. That part's cleaned up. Alright, so view, fit on screen, and we now have mostly by color, a little bit by the polygonal lasso tool, we have made a selection in a photograph by color. Alright, so there's other bits that you can have here. If your color was across various layers, you could have checked off sample all layers, right? And that will of course make a difference. And you can refine your edge, you can do feathering, etc., of how the selection is going to be rendered in the final action that you're doing. But for simple basic selection, this is what we have. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care.